Bet it would have been warmer in your own bed.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get started this morning. We're gonna take a blanket, roll it up, and eliminate bolster, and we're gonna place it between the shoulder blades. If you don't love a blanket, do you want to try it, Linda? Nope. Okay, that's all right. Props are not for everybody. That's okay. You can just come on down to your back too. Either way is perfect. The blanket is going to provide just a little opening through the chest, little shoulder stretch. We're going to hang out in our poses today. And we're going to have some restorative poses. We're going to have a few yin poses too, some longer held postures just to get a nice big stretch as well. Kind of in the middle of the practice, we'll do some of those big stretch poses. So go ahead and settle in. Let your feet fall open to the corners of the mat. And let your arms rest out nice and wide at your sides. Plenty of space in here this morning. Your head might fall back gently as your throat opens up and your chin points to the ceiling. And taking a moment to breathe in through the nose and out. Go ahead and wiggle your toes a little bit and allow that movement to travel up into the legs, the calves, the knees, the glutes, and the hips, the lower half of your body wiggling kind of up and down and creating friction against the mat. You might point and flex the toes a little bit too. And as you point and flex the toes, your body might start to rock from the heels up into the calves and the thighs, the hips, and all the way up into the upper body. You might even feel a little up and down rocking motion from the back of your head down into your neck, all the way down the spine. And take a big breath in through the nose, sigh that breath out the mouth, and find a place of stillness here. Noticing any sensation. Go ahead and wiggle the fingers a little bit and allow the movement to kind of travel up into the arms, rocking the forearms side to side, the upper arms, the shoulders. And then allow the arms to find a place of stillness as well. Pausing here, fingers soft and relaxed, toes soft and relaxed. Head and neck heavy. Noticing the gentle lift of the chest if you've got that blanket rolled up between the shoulder blades. A slight opening in the throat. The softness of the belly. Following the movement of your natural breath for a little bit without trying to change the breath. Following the movement of the natural breath. We're taking about 4 more rounds of breath here. Consciously breathing in and out. And for these last 2 rounds of breath, Challenge yourself to breathe in a little bit deeper and exhale a little bit longer. Go ahead and relax the breath. And begin to pull your knees in towards your chest, hugging the knees in tight. If you've got a bolster or anything under your knees, go ahead and slide that bolster off to the side. And we're going to roll over onto the left side, pausing in left side lying Shavasana for a moment. And I'm going to come move everybody's blankets out. Amy's in my head over here because from our left side lying Shavasana, we're going to make our way into a supine twist. So rotating the chest open, allowing the arms to fall out wide into a big T. And shifting the gaze over the left shoulder if it feels okay for your neck. Any props that you need here. Lock between the knees or a bolster maybe. Blanket under the right shoulder might feel nice this morning. And settling in. Making any adjustments to your position. As you pause here, feel the sensations of your body. Notice any feelings or thoughts that are present. Allow them to all come and go, to rise and fall. Be aware of the waves of your thoughts and allow yourself to rest among them, allowing yourself to become more and more still. And if you begin to get caught up in any one particular thought or feeling, anchor yourself back to your breath. Being mindful of the thoughts, the emotions that are coming to you. And when you get too caught up in one particular thought or emotion, coming back to the breath, anchoring yourself in this present moment. We're taking about another minute here before we move to the other side. When you're ready, you can begin to unroll, coming back to a neutral spine. Pull your knees up into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock and roll, side to side, massaging out the back. And then go ahead and drop your knees over to the right this time, opening your arms out nice and wide. As you find your supine twist the other direction, grabbing any props to bring along with you to make the posture a little more comfortable so that you're able to fully rest and restore. Anchoring yourself to your breath as you pause here. Drawing your attention to the sensation of the inhale and the exhale. The coolness or the tingling in your nose or throat. The rise and fall of your chest or belly. Relaxing, softly resting your attention on each breath. Feeling the movement in a calm, easy way. Allowing the breath to settle itself into any rhythm, long or short, soft or deep. As you feel each breath, concentrate and settle into the rhythm, letting all other sounds and sensations, thoughts and feelings continue to come and go like waves in the background. Let any thoughts pass as you gently return to the breath. And pausing here for a final minute. When you're ready, moving slowly and at your own pace, you can begin to unwind from the posture, coming back to a neutral spine again. A little rock and roll here. Maybe some windshield wipers with the knees side to side. And then when you're ready at your own pace, go ahead and begin to press your way up. We're going to start to get into the hips a little bit. You might grab your props to make the posture a little bit more comfortable. Just moving slowly and mindfully. Go ahead and press up. We're going to turn to face the flag wall in studio, bringing the legs out into a wide V for a moment. We're prepping up for deer pose. So we're going to target the outer hips a little bit. I say a little bit, a lot of it probably. We're going to pull the left heel in towards the right so that our left knee is kind of in line-ish with the left hip. We're going to swing the right leg around to the back so that your right knee is kind of in line-ish with the right hip. Your legs are in a 90-ish degree position, 90-90. And you can stay right here. I feel plenty of sensation through my outer left hip here. But if you want a little more, you can begin to fold forward, kind of towards that left foot. That's going to create even more sensation, a blanket under the left knee to help support and to decrease the sensation a little bit if it's too much. We're going to get the inner hips as well this morning. We won't be in this pose for quite as long because it is a pretty intense one. As you pause here, take a moment to notice where you're holding on to tension. Where are you trying to protect your body maybe from relaxing a little further, letting go and releasing a little more? I usually, in this pose, end up squeezing my glutes together way too much as a defense mechanism. See if you can soften and relax, letting yourself melt a little bit further. For the next 5 or 6 rounds of breath, if you're folded forward in your deer pose, go ahead and back up to a neutral spine. Lean back on your hands a little bit, and we're going to swing our legs back out into that wide V, finding our straddle pose or dragonfly, whatever you want to call it. And you might grab your blanket to sit on. We're going to take a moment before we go to the other side for a seated wide-legged forward fold. Spreading your legs out where you feel a little sensation through the inner legs, but not too much. And then folding forward to your edge, maybe grabbing blocks, bolster, anything to help support your body here. Or you can kind of hang out here yin style, just letting gravity do its thing, pulling you a little deeper. Letting the feet soften and relax out towards the corners of the mat. Head and neck hang heavy. Face soft and relaxed. knowing that you can always back out of the fold if it becomes too much. If you feel like you can't breathe, maybe you start to feel a little anxiety bubbling up to the surface with your belly compressed. That's okay. Forward folds aren't always relaxing. You can always press up a little bit, keeping the upper body lifted. And focusing on your breath for about another minute, 5 or 6 rounds of breath. If you're folded forward here, go ahead and begin to back up to a neutral spine. You might lean back on the hands a little bit, maybe lift the chest. Forward folds are always said to be relaxing. And for me, they are. I find them very relaxing once I really melt into it with lots of props. But they can also cause anxiety too. When our belly and our chest are compressed like that, if we can't properly breathe into the back of the heart space, we might feel a little anxious in forward folds. Okay, when you're ready to take your deer pose on the other side, we'll pull the right heel in, aligning the right knee with the right hip, kind of ish, always an ish, and then swinging the left leg back, knee in line-ish with the hip at 90-90 position. Staying upright if this is plenty of sensation through the outer hip, or folding forward to your edge. Either way is great. Again, as you pause here, notice where you're holding on to that tension. Where are you trying to protect your body? This is an intense pose. And in these really intense poses, we have a tendency to tense up as a defense mechanism. And see if you can soften and relax any of those tight areas in the body. Maybe your quadriceps are squeezed up tight, your glutes are squeezed together. Maybe you're holding your breath. Use your breath as a tool. Breathing in through the nose, and as you exhale, imagine the breath traveling to those tight areas, creating space and softening you a little further into the posture. We're here for about 4 more rounds of breath. And if you're folded forward, go ahead and back out of your fold, coming up to a neutral spine. And then go ahead and swing your legs around to facing the front of the space, stretching them out nice and long. Sitting up tall, you might grab the blanket again to sit on. And folding forward over the knees this time, finding a caterpillar pose. You might grab your props again, placing bolster over the legs or maybe a block. A little mountain of props here. We're going to take just about a minute in caterpillar pose, not long. About 3 more rounds of breath here. Slowly backing up to a neutral spine when you're ready. You might lean back on the hands and open through the chest again. And then we're going to meet hands and knees, tabletop, maybe grabbing the blanket for under the knees. Make sure you've got your bolster handy if you've got one. You don't have to use it, but I'm going to give you an option to use it for our next pose. We're pausing in tabletop though for just a moment, taking a little time to flex and extend the spine with a few cat-cows. Spread your fingers out nice and wide and turning the inner elbows forward. And on an inhale, drop the belly low as you shift your gaze up for swayed back cow. And as you exhale, pull the navel in, rounding through the upper back for hissing cat. As you float back and forth between these two postures, you might hold a little bit longer if one feels better than the other. And be aware of your hands as you pause here. Keep those fingers spread nice and wide and maybe apply that Hasta Bandha. Shifting your weight into the space between the index and the thumb, the pearly cue, or as we call it very technically in Barre, the paper cut spot. And taking one more round both directions, and then coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to make our way onto our bellies for Sphinx pose. I'm going to take a supported Sphinx this morning, grabbing the bolster to rest my upper body on. You can come all the way down onto your belly using maybe a blanket under the pelvis. And if you're using the bolster, it's going to come kind of up under the rib cage. It's going to vary depending on the thickness of your bolster. So if you've got a rectangle one, it'll come under the rib cage pretty nicely. But if you've got one of these new ones that I've got, it is not going to. It's going to be up a little higher. Bringing elbows under shoulders or just in front of the shoulders if you're using your bolster. Feet to the back corners of your mat. And you can shift your gaze to the floor, maybe gently close your eyes as you settle in to Sphinx pose. And softening and relaxing the back side of your body. Noticing the gentle compression through the low back. We're pausing here. Anchoring yourself to your breath as you pause here. Breathing completely and letting your breath flow freely into and out of the body. Finding your own rhythm with your breath. With each exhale, feel your body sink a little deeper into the posture. On your next inhale, direct your attention all the way down through your body into the soles of both feet. Be aware of your toes and the arches of your feet. The soles of your feet pointed towards the ceiling slightly. The place where the top of your feet meet the floor. Notice any feelings, sensations in your feet, warmness or coolness, pressure or tingling or tightness. Direct your breath to your feet. Imagine that you can breathe directly into your feet. And on your exhale, imagine your breath traveling all the way down through both feet, shooting out from the bottom and taking with it any exhaustion or tension. Breathing in through the nose and releasing, imagining the breath and taking with it any exhaustion or tension. Allowing your attention to travel up through the legs. Notice any feelings in the legs. Aware of your skin, your bones, and any tension in the muscles. Notice the point of contact between the tops of your legs and the floor. Allowing your attention to explore any feelings in your legs. On the next inhale, direct your breath all the way down through both legs, directing the breath down both legs. Breathing in relaxation, and breathing out any exhaustion or tension. And allowing your awareness to travel up into the low back, observing any feelings in this part of your body. Any tightness or tingling or aching as you notice the gentle compression through the low back. Allow your attention to move slowly up the back, along the spine. Noticing the gentle lift of the chest and the softness of the shoulders. And on your next inhale, breathing in to the entire back area. And as you exhale, relaxing and releasing any tension. Letting go of any exhaustion, fatigue, Breathing in a sense of relaxation into your entire back. And taking about 4 more rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, you can begin to slowly press your way up, making your way back to hands and knees tabletop for a moment. As we prop up for a child's pose, if you need to take any movement here, any dynamic, organic movement, go ahead and do so. Downward facing dog or cat cows, maybe extending each leg out behind you. And you can take any version of child's pose this morning that feels good to you, but if you'd like to take a supported child's pose, go ahead and bring your knees out wide and your big toes together. Grab that bolster, maybe prop it up on a block, and allow your body to fold over the bolster, resting one cheek against it as you melt forward, softening and relaxing the shoulders, feeling the exchange of energy between your body and anything that's supporting you. The energetic exchange between your body and the floor and any props. Grounded, safe, and supported. Allowing your awareness to rest with your breath as you draw your attention into the back of the heart space. And as you pause here, focus on your breath. Breathing in deep as you feel the side ribs expand. And maybe the back of the heart space gently lifts with each inhale. As you exhale, feel yourself soften and relax a little bit more. Surrendering a little further. Melting a little deeper. When you're ready, you can begin to press your way up. And make your way onto your back. You need to pause for a little organic movement again. Go ahead and do so. Make sure you've got a couple blocks handy or maybe a couple of blankets. Either way is fine. Again, you don't have to use the props either. From your back, we're going to slide our heels up close to our sits bones. Let the knees fall out and wide. Soles of the feet come together for reclined butterfly pose. The blocks or the rolled up blankets can come underneath the upper thighs, supporting the legs. And your hands and arms can rest simply wherever they're comfortable, maybe on the belly or out wide. One hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. Whatever feels best to you. You can pull your heels in a little closer for a little more inner hip stretch, or you can push them out a little further to feel the stretch through the outer hips a little bit more. As you pause here in your reclined supported butterfly, allow your attention to settle into your chest. Draw your awareness to the movement of the chest with each breath. And perhaps an awareness of your heart beating. And as you breathe into the chest and the abdomen, draw in renewed energy. And as you exhale, let go of any exhaustion or tension. Following the movement of the breath through the chest and the belly. Breathing in renewed energy and exhaling as you let go of any tension or tiredness. Allow your awareness to move down into the hands, the arms, focusing on the fingertips of both hands for a moment, aware of any sensations of tingling, the feeling of the air touching the fingertips. Maybe you feel moisture or dryness. Aware of the sides of the fingers, the knuckles, the palms of the hands, the tops of the hands. Aware of the hands. Aware of the gentle opening in the hips, the pull through the inner legs. The knees falling out wide. Gravity pulling you a little deeper. Expanding you a little more. When you're ready, go ahead and close up your knees. Slide your blocks, if you're using those, off to the side Spread your feet out wide and windshield wiper the knees side to side, back and forth. And taking any other organic movement that feels good to you as well. Knees into chest, full body stretch. We'll begin to prepare for a final Shavasana. If you're not interested in my calm oil this morning or the shoulder press, you can flip your card over to no thank you, and I will be sure to skip you. It's a little blend of oils, and it's lovely. Resting on your back, your belly, your side. Maybe you'd like to take a nice long legs up the wall this morning, or a supported Shavasana with the bolster behind your back. There's no wrong way to rest, whatever feels best to you. As you settle in here, I'm going to come around, press your shoulders, relaxing you a little further. Got a reading from Melody Beatty, and then we'll rest in silence for a few minutes. Allowing your awareness to settle into your shoulders for a moment. The shoulders soft and relaxed, at ease out of the ears. A softness traveling down into the arms, and a sense of heaviness wrapping around the hips. Drawing your attention into your face for a moment as you release and relax any tension through the face, smoothing out all the muscles in the face. Settling the breath, relaxing the breath, and allowing it to do what it will. Om Aham Vara Guru Padma Shadiham Om Mani Padma Hum. A Buddhist chant. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. A Catholic prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. A non-denominational prayer. People have many ways of seeking and finding peace. Mantras, chants, or prayers that align the mind with peaceful thoughts, with the river of peace that runs through our universe. One way of returning to our center. Do you have a favorite prayer, a religious chant, or a saying that helps you, that puts you back on track, that takes your mind to that place of peace within your soul? Value the mantras that touch and heal your mind, and the sounds and thoughts that align you with peace. Find and value the words and prayers of your religion, the thoughts that work for you, that connect you to your center. These will help you discover your connection with the universe, the flow of life, and the certainty that all is well. You and your life are on track. Know you'll be given all the guidance and grace you need. Find rituals that help you believe that peace is yours, rituals that connect you to the divine and the universe. Ask for peace. Ask in a way that works for you. Connect with peace. Melody Beatty, Journey to the Heart, April 25th. And take a moment here to expand your awareness. Feel your breath move easily through your entire body as you rest here. Notice the movement of the breath from your head to your toes. Notice how the breath moves freely and easily from your feet to the top of your head. Fully aware of your body, whole, complete, strong, and at ease. Notice the feel of the air on your skin, the energetic exchange between your body and anything that's supporting you, floor and wall and any props. And when you're ready, you can begin to add very gentle movement back. Wiggling fingers and toes, rocking the head side to side. You might scrunch up the face a little and allow the movement to travel up into the legs and the arms, the shoulders. Maybe a little rock and roll on your back. Or you might decide to take a nice big full body stretch. Taking another big breath in through the nose and a sigh out the mouth at your own pace. When you're ready, you can begin to press your way up into a comfortable seated position. Allowing your hands to rest in your lap, palms face up and eyes gently closed or soft gaze at the floor. And taking another moment of stillness to be and breathe without doing, and to be in gratitude for yourself exactly as you are. Gratitude for your practice, taking the time this morning to rest, restore, reset, and gratitude for each other. Sealing our practice this morning with a final breath in through the nose and a big sigh out the mouth. I invite you to bring your palms into Anjali Mudra, prayer position, floating thumb knuckles up to third eye center, the Agnya chakra, in the seat of your divine intuition and all that is right and good. And peace, deepest peace, the love and light in me honors the love and light in each of you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, ladies, for joining me this morning. Thank you, ladies, for joining from afar as well. I appreciate you all so much. Next week, we'll do yoga with weights again.